Dear Lord, please bless Brother Wink Martindale, TV and radio host. Wink Martindale, best known for helming the game shows Gambit and Tic Tac Doe, has died, according to reports and his pulse. He was 91. Yes, indeed. Now, the former disc jockey, who was born Winston Conrad Martindale, died April 15th. I hope he filed an extension because he's going to be a little late. Government does not fucking play, especially this administration. Oh, you know something? They fired like half the IRS staff. Don't worry about the extension. Nobody's going to be around to audit you. Uh, and that's not protect you. They fired them so they wouldn't audit their rich friends. Because like every year, like $7 or $8 billion goes uncollected in taxes by the rich people who hide their money, and so they have to be audited for you to find that money. And so if they fire those IRS auditors, they can't audit them and can't get those billions of dollars. I know, talk about waste, fraud, and abuse, right? uh, so I guess it doesn't matter if he filed the extension. Well, he was rich though. Yeah, you know he's probably fine. Well, he died in Rancho Mirage, California, while surrounded by his family. Oh Lord. His cause of death was either undisclosed disease, which is what they're saying. They're saying that it's undisclosed disease, or it was lymphoma, or it was his family. Those are the three things that I would bet on. If you have the "What Killed Wink Martindale" bingo card, I would put your money on undisclosed disease or lymphoma or family, because at 91, all three can be fatal. As a matter of fact, so can sudden movements and sudden surprises. Martindale, who previously hosted at the Memphis, Tennessee stationed WHBQ in Tennessee, broke into the TV world with a hosting gig on the WHBQ TV show Mars Patrol, a sci-fi series for children he led from 1953 to 1955. I guess, now I did not see the show, I researched it, and I'm assuming that Mars Patrol would be like Star Trek if Captain Kirk were celibate. You know, all the adventures and none of the adventure. Okay, yeah. After hosting the musical game shows, What's This Song and Words and Music for NBC, Martindale became a household name when he was chosen by the CBS to head its blackjack themed series Gambit in 1972. He hosted the show's original run through 1976 and later emceed a Las Vegas spinoff on NBC from 1980 to 1981. Now, for those of you who failed biology, the Vegas spinoff is a branch of the vagus nervous system, and the vagus nerve carries signals between your brain, heart, and digestive system. Okay, they are like the main nerves for your parasympathetic nervous system, the vagus nerves. So that's the Vegas spinoff. Is okay. So you follow? Got it. Brief biology lesson. Martindale also hosted the CBS revival of the NBC trivia game show Tic Tac Doe from 1978 to 1985. His other credits include High Rollers and Headline Chasers, the latter of which he created and co-produced with fellow TV host Merv Griffin. Martindale was married to Sandy Farrar, who previously dated singer Elvis Presley. Martindale was also friends with Presley, who appeared on the who appeared on this TV show Teenage Dance Party in 1956. Presley, uh, according to Sandra Farrar, Presley was responsible for my marrying Wink. Uh, when Martindale said he was from Tennessee, she thought he must be a nice guy because she loved the state and She loved all the guys and everything in the state of Tennessee because of Elvis. Okay, somebody needed to somebody needed to sit down on the couch and talk about that shit. Okay, I mean, in a way I kind of understand it, but no. Well, yeah, you know, yeah, that's just something. That's a story for another time. Another time, because I just realized maybe she has something there. Uh, Aside from his hosting prowess, Martindale scored a pop hit in 1959 with his rendition of the recitation song, The Deck of Cards. Okay, now this is where I had a little presentation to show you because I don't know how many people knew that video, The Deck of Cards. You know something? I'm going to see if I can do it. I don't know if I can because this is asking me to, not this, but I, first of all, I can't see. Uh, nope, I don't know if I can do it. Nah, sorry, I can't do it. I really wanted to pull that up and show you, but I can't. Basically, the song, it's a spoken word song. There's like little churchy music playing in the background, and then it's about a guy uh, who's from a town called Casino or something, and he's a soldier in the war, and at church, and during the church, the minister asked everybody to pull out their Bibles so they could read from the Bible text. And this one soldier didn't have a Bible. He had, let me show you what I'm talking about. You may not know. Okay. He did not have a Bible. The only thing he had was a deck of cards. This is like a deck of cards here. See, right there. That's that's my deck. That's my face right there. And oh, you can't see what the inside looks like, but that's there. So, but all he had was a deck of cards. And so he got in trouble for having a deck of cards in church. And so they yelled at him and they took him, after church service, they took him to the provo officer or something, and the officer says, explain yourself, because if you don't, I'm going to punish you like you've never been punished. And that's pretty much a quote from the song. And I immediately thought to myself, really? You went around from my first marriage. You can't punish me worse than I've ever been punished. I've already been punished the most I've ever been punished. So, and he goes through each deck card. He goes through each card of the deck and what it means. When I see the ace, I think of the ace is the one, and I think of the one God, and I see the two. I think of the two sections of the Bible, the New Testament and the Old Testament. And he goes through like that all the way up through the Kings. And then he goes through the number of cards in the deck, the number of suits in the closet. No, number of suits in the deck, and he goes through this whole thing, that song. It made it like number 7 on the Billboard chart. Not only that, other people did that song as well. He wasn't Wink Martindale was not the first, was not the only one to do that song. So other people had done it as well. But anyway, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm trying to. Sorry about that. Yeah. At any rate, that was that song. So rest in peace, Wink. Your song may have peaked at 7, but I'm willing to bet that when you peaked and got in trouble for voyeurism, that when you peaked, you got in trouble for voyeurism. That's right. I messed that up, didn't I? See, because that song peaked at number 7 in Billboard 100. So rest in peace, Wink. Your song may have peaked at number 7, but I'm willing to bet that when you peaked, you got in trouble for voyeurism. Can I get a set of binoculars? Mm-mm-mm.